How do you deal with spoiled children? You say no, or they ruin your life. Y'all do understand that's what we're dealing with here, right? A bunch of spoiled children who grew up into adults who still act like spoiled children, who have never been told no and have never been held accountable for the things that they do. So obviously, seeing as how those are basically the facts, they're going to continue doing what they do because we aren't smart enough to realize that their actions affect our lives in the long run. So why don't we say no? Well, the reality of it is we did say no in 2016. And everything that's happened since has been a rebellion by the spoiled children because they don't want to give up what they got. It's pretty much that simple. And those out there that still believe or think that it's none of their concern because it doesn't affect their life, how's that working out for you when you go to the grocery store? How's that working out for you when you go to the gas station or pay your electric bill? And many other things that are slowly creeping into our lives because these spoiled children aren't being told no. I don't really have any issues talking about my childhood because it's relevant to the way the elites see the rest of us. I was told on a regular basis, probably 2 or 3 times a week, you're stupid, you're worthless, you're a waste of human flesh that should have never been born. I mentioned that as an example of how the elites see us. We are insignificant bugs to be squashed and used at their convenience. That's how they see us. And if that isn't obvious to the rest of the world, or at a minimum the people in this country by now, something's horribly wrong. I don't like to talk about my previous relationship, but unfortunately, now that we've progressed down the road this far, it's relevant. My ex used to say all the right things, but never managed to actually do them. Words to her were a way to paint a picture that she had no intention of painting. And after a while, psychologically, it took its toll on me. It took me right to the very edge on more than one occasion. And psychologically, what we're dealing with from the left is the same damn thing. And the further we go down this road, should it be allowed to continue, the more you're going to see people start losing it. This person's going to finally had enough and did something crazy, and this one's going to have had enough and did something ridiculous. It's like writing on the wall. I've seen this game before. I lived it. And if it's allowed to continue, the conclusion is horrifying for everyone. Because it's fairly obvious to a responsible, forward-thinking human being that my actions affect you. and your actions affect me. And that's why we all try to keep it on an even keel, so we can all progress down this road of life in some kind of comfort. But where we are now and where we're going, there ain't gonna be no comfort for no one except for the people who run the show. And that comes back to the you're stupid, you're worthless, you're a waste of human flesh that should have never been born. When they finally cement their power, everything I just said will become common practice in the way they treat their subjects, or a more practical term, slaves. For the most part, there are two kinds of people in this world. Those who use their past as an excuse to act a fool, and those who realize they don't have a right to crap on somebody else's day just because they came up the hard way. And one side is drawn toward one side of the political spectrum, and the other side is drawn towards the other.